We've seen some positive news now when it's connected to the pandemic, but it's hard to believe it's been nearly a year of going through this together and coping with all of the stress. So Lisa Lichtenstein, she's a licensed marriage therapist and family therapist, joining us now to talk about it once again. First, we love having you back. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you so much. Nice to see you again.
Oh, it's good to see you. I want to talk about what, has been known as pandemic fatigue now. We're talking about a year. Harvard Business Review is calling this beyond burned out. So why are people feeling so physically and mentally tired all the time now? Because it's not like, this was just a month or two. How can we get through a year of this now and trying to kind of restart our engines, so to speak?
You bet. So some of the causes for burnout would include people that are working where they're feeling like there's too much work and it's not realistic to cope with. Other reasons would include just pure loneliness, feelings of disconnection, as well feeling like there's a sense of unfairness, values and skills aren't matching up, and feeling out of control. As human beings, we don't like to feel out of control. We don't like to feel unfairness. These are things that it's very hard to cope with. However, there are ways to cope with it. So if your situation and the problems, try to identify what the problems are. If it's a systemic or like an organizational problem, like regarding work, for example, identify what the problems are and then really think about how you want to talk to whomever, a boss or so forth, and just come from yourself, and just explain in a really kind tone what you're needing and what will be helpful. Because the goal is to express yourself authentically without making another person feel criticized, right? Because we want to keep everyone feeling kind and open so that we kind of can get what we're needing. The other thing is loneliness is a huge factor that especially millennials are feeling, but the general population are feeling it. So definitely try to make efforts to connect socially, however you're able to do it safely. And don't let your mood make the decisions for you. If you're feeling unmotivated or apathetic, don't let the mood control you. You don't want to let those low moods win. Instead, say to yourself, I need to connect socially X amount of times a week. Pick up the phone or however you want to connect, and just say to that person, you mean so much to me, it's been hard to connect because I'm just feeling low energy.
Sure.
Bring yourself into the present, and a lot of times that person will respond similarly, and there you have a connection. So start wherever you are. Be mindful of how you want to speak. Don't let your moods control you.
And at the same time, there's a lot happening now with reopenings. I want to know any advice you might have for parents. So many kids are being told, you're going back to school. Wait, you're not going back yet. Now you are going back. Any advice you have on preparing them for these changes that are coming their way?
Right. So most importantly, children look to their parents, caretakers, significant others, right, as almost like a mirror of how they're going to feel. So children need to have a sense of certainty or security, even if a parent is feeling a little bit rattled. And being honest with your child is super important. So saying something like, school is definitely coming back. It's going to be a matter of, 4 to 5 weeks. You can reframe the wording depending on the age of your child. Mm-hmm. But make it not the biggest deal to your child about when. And make it more reassuring that it's finally coming. It's just little details of if it's 30 or 40 days or however the days might be. But try to give sort of a positive feeling to it so that your child can feel encouraged and motivated and happy.
Oh, Lisa Lichtenstein, thank you so much for joining us once again and helping
all
of our families out here. It's good to see you.
My
Appreciate
pleasure.
your time.
Of course. Take care.
You as well.